Hey everyone, this is Aaron with TheExaltedlamb1. This is not my normal intro, of course, but I really need some help. This is very hard for me at times. I mean, just generally when I ask for help for donations, that's one thing, but when I have to specifically ask for specific help, it's kind of rough for me because I really do, I prefer to just basically take care of it, of course, myself, of course, but with the nature of what I do here and getting donations, it's very difficult. So I'm just gonna have to go out and just do that. So, but first thing I want to say is regarding the timeline. This last timeline is obviously it looks like it's not happening for December 9th through the 24th, basically. But we had some big developments on these exact days. So, for example, Biden to meet basically Zelensky, and so that was reported on Biden Day. So, which is if you look at the bottom of the left here, I don't have my I don't have my pointer thing, but right down below this thing on the very bottom where it's underlined in red, it's 12:10. That's Biden Day. So but that's when whatever date is going to be in the future, he's going to step down. But that's Biden Day. I've said that for the first day or 10, 10 take away the zero equals one. First day is Biden Day. He's going to be switched out. But of course, a lot of things, big things on Biden Day show up on that day. And then Zelensky Day is the 12th or the third day. So it's reported on Biden Day that Biden is invited Zelensky to the White House on 12/12. And again, that's Zelensky Day because that's when he's going to be not just removed, but I believe ended or killed, basically. And then to add more to that, on this second half here, on this side here, over here, Putin could deploy nukes and Ukraine's amid battlefield losses, and that literally is on the exact day I said could be nukes and Ukraine's. So it literally lines up exactly. And then I have the gematria for it on my channel on Telegram. If you want to sign up for Telegram, that's in the description box in a previous video. Now, what's going on right now, as I've explained in my last video, is I cannot like put links that are clickable in my on my videos anymore because YouTube is making me do facial recognition and all this other kind of junk because they want to basically control everybody and maybe remove people who they don't feel is that they don't fit their narrative, and it's going to happen more and more, and we're getting more closer and closer as we get closer and closer to that eclipse day. So I believe that it's the time that my timeline is somewhere in between there, or it could even be up to there of the eclipse day of April 8th, 2024. But as I've shown in my last three videos, the evidence of that is massive. That ultimately that is the day of the mark. Okay, so that's what I'm saying here. So again, this has all been guessing the best I can, but the numerology matches up. The numbers match up for these days, as I'm showing here. As some examples here. I mean, they nailed. I mean, almost the exact threat of what I've said. It was shown on this exact day. Of course, I mean, this has happened hundreds and hundreds of times over the last 4+ years. I've been on for 5.5 years, 5+ years, but I've been showing this specific thing for about 4+ years, and this has been happening hundreds and hundreds of times on these exact events or symbolic of these events are happening on the exact days. So just want to put that out there. I'm really thinking about the next possible time frame and all that stuff, but I won't put something out until I've done a lot of research and I feel comfortable with the next possibility. So it looks like this timeline is not happening. However, I mean, still holding out for some kind of solid evidence of something coming down the road here soon. So we'll see. But this is not what this video is about, unfortunately. But I just wanted to give you kind of some update information that I've been on track for these symbols and the numerology and everything of what they're doing. Again, numerology is just general numbers. It's not some kind of mystical thing. God uses numbers. The enemy uses numbers for evil. God uses numbers for good. Numbers in general are neutral. Okay, and that's what numbers are. But they're used for evil or good. It depends on what's the context and the heart behind it. So that's what matters. So moving that aside, just can you kind of update and kind of my perspective on that? And again, I'll get into more details on my next thing. Hopefully that's, coming down the road soon. So, but I really need help. I need your help very badly right now. I'm actually feeling pretty good. Just to let you know about that as well. I have a little bit of a little bit of nose thing, a little bit of cough, but it's pretty much going away. I feel a lot stronger, feel really good. It's going away, thankfully. So probably another day or two, and it'll be almost gone. So that's all great. Thank you for your prayers. I really covet your prayers, and I need your help regarding prayers as well as. See, this has been tough to do this kind of stuff for 5 years plus because, well, I should say for almost 2.5 years where I've asked for donations because even though, it's kept the wolf away from the door is an old term my grandfather used to use, keep the wolf away from the door. Um, it's been tough to, get around, live life, and to really plan things or anything like that. Of course, anybody who knows how, living, like this, where you don't know where your next money's coming and all that kind of stuff. You don't want to make certain decisions that if it gets a little lean and things aren't coming in, then you can't do certain things or you can't pay bills. That's the biggest thing. Any kind of bills or any kind of commitment, like like my rent and stuff like that. I don't want to jeopardize that. So sometimes it's very super lean and all that. And then what happens is, you can't, keep up on certain things all the time, and so they just get behind. Some of the last donations that we received when I asked for help that went towards certain things, including the kind of fixing of our van. And then, it's on the side note, it's almost 200,000 miles. It's a good van, made by a good company, but manufacturers say, but it's getting the miles. So right now, to fix the problem I have with the van right now, it's going to be about $2,200. So I'm just asking for anybody that can reach down and grab anything that they would, could be led to give. We really need it. I'm not able to use the van right now at all. We're actually using a wonderful friend of mine, Ben. He donated his vehicle to our family to use for a little while, as long as we need for that. But and that's all great, and that he's wonderful, and God bless him and everything. He's a good man. But it's a four-seater and and all that stuff. So, and we have 4 kids, and then 2 of them have car seats. They're 4 years old, twins, as a lot of so I'm not able to. It just can't work regularly. We got to go in sections, and we're not going to stuff all the kids in that car. We just can't do that, of course. So anyway, but it's a blessing to be able to do that, to be able to go someplace and do some things, and run errands and shop and whatever we need to do to such a certain degree. But I've got to get this van fixed, and so right now van situation fixed. I can't. Anyway, so if you're able to give, God bless you. Appreciate it. Anything you can give, I appreciate it. We need it. We need to cover that at least, and that's the estimate at this point. It could be a little bit more. Or right in there. So I'm on my knees. It's just hard to ask. I'm used to asking now, but it's so hard to ask because you kind of feel. Even though the Lord is very powerful, and when He tells you to do something, He's going to come through, and that's the only reason why I do any of this stuff. But still, it's like you come across very needy, and as a lot of you probably understand, you probably wouldn't want to come across that way either, and all that. But for my family, I'll do whatever I have to do, and for the Lord, I'll do what I have to do, and that's just what it is. So, again, at the bottom of my heart, I thank everybody for who's ever given. It's kept us going this whole time, and prayers and everything else. Right now, I need your help. If whether have you given in the past or not, I'm just thanking the people who've given in the past so much. And then if you're able to give now, I thank you so much. We really need it to cover all this. So, and then just generally, this is a bad timing for being, close to Christmas and, gifts and all that stuff. It's just like we really wanted to be able to take care of the kids better, and it's just been tough with that. So anyway, but we are, but then we got to get this situation taken care of so we can actually do some things and live our normal life, you know. So anyway, it's fun. It's not fun to ask. So anyway, thank you so much, and I want to reiterate here. So this is unfortunately, because of that facial recognition requirement and everything now, you can't click on the link. So you could write this down here if you were able to give. So here's the link for donations for PayPal, and that's https://www.paypal.me/AKLEMBCKE. It's right here. You can pause it, whatever, for that. And then I also have a P.O. box, even though, again, I'd like to get this fixed right away, but if you have, you can just send P.O. box. Please just do it that way. It's right there. Aaron, P.O. Box 884, Johnstown, Colorado 80534. And then I can also receive payments through Zelle. There's other ways to get payments. Unfortunately, some people have mentioned other things. There's a number of reasons why I don't do those, and the Lord's led me to do these three different possibilities to cover most people. And so, if you're asking about other things, I've looked into them. It doesn't work for a number of reasons. Most of the other options, one of them actually is owned by PayPal. So a lot of people say, "Hey, do it this way," but PayPal owns it anyway, and you have to go through the same qualifications and everything. And it's just not, there's a long story with all those things. So then again, so if I can receive it through Zelle, you just have to go to zellepay.com right here. Hold on, I don't have Zelle. Yeah, zellepay.com, under this zellepay.com, and you can send it, and it's free. There's no cost like with PayPal. And it's intra-bank, basically, bank to bank transfer, basically. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. I'm so thankful for everybody's support during this whole time. I can't even say it enough. If you've given to us, God bless you like a million times. We literally pray for all of you regularly, and every time we get a donation, we ask God to bless it 1,000 times over. And I'm just saying that because that's how much we appreciate it. I'm not saying it because that's what you'll get for it or something like the televangelists and stuff like that have said. Oh, if you give this, you're gonna get like all this stuff. And that's between you and God, and the Bible says you will, but we're like, man, I can't believe you'd actually take your money and your time and boom, or your time for trading time for money is what a lot of people do, and taking your time, which is your money, and then you're gonna give it to us. I mean, that's just, it's an honor basically to receive anything from anybody. So um, anyway, so thank you, and God bless you, and I'll leave it at that. Okay, this is um, again, thank you for your prayers, anything you can give. This is Exalted Lamb 1. God bless you. Over and out.